All right. Hi, everyone. We're now starting the advanced mat. We're actually in the Pilates studio in Bryn Mawr where I work, called Body Precision. And this piece that I'll be on is called a Cadillac. And so let's just start. But right now, it mainly looks like just a nice mat here. So beginning, sitting up, let's roll right back into our footwork. So as you roll back, pull the knees in, support your head, heels together, and frog out long, and then frog in. Push the legs away at your working level, drag them back in towards your tail. The heels stay glued together. The knees will close as you straighten the legs and open as you pull them in towards your chest. Keep a nice firm connection through the heels so you feel some work through the inner line of your legs. And then we go parallel self point. I imagine that I'm wrapping my feet around a baseball or a softball under each of the arches of my feet. So the toes melt over and I try to cup the ball up into the center of the foot. Keep lifting the head and keep pulling the chest up and forward so you're not falling back and flattening onto the ground here. One more like this, come in and reflex and we push out with the heels. So the heels are the furthest thing away from your torso and then the last thing to come in. Keep dragging the heels in through sand and then pushing sand away from your body. If you're sitting in your beach chair, pushing the sand into the ocean and then back in under your chair. Try to pull the outside edges of your feet back from the inside edges of your feet forward. So your feet are flat on an imaginary board. And then bring it in, take the legs higher, inhale to point, and exhale to flex the feet. So heel ball toe and toe ball heel. Rolling through the feet, knitting the toes together as you point, spreading the toes open as you flex. And one more like that. We point, we circle the arms forward and start pumping the arms for hundreds. Inhaling and then exhaling here. A deep breath in and then a long slow breath out. Look at your body, watch your abdominal walls expand on the inhale and watch them knit together on the exhale. Try to lift up high enough that you're just perched on the tip of your scapula. Those are your shoulder blades. And the arms lengthen, they're strong. There's no bend in the wrist, there's no floppy hands. You shoot flames out of your fingertips in your mind to go up and down the wall in front of you. Let's go for 2 more breaths. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale out. One more, pull the air into the very bottom of your lungs and then expel it out. And then we lay it on down and stretch the legs forward and the arms back or roll up. Lifting the arms here, coming up and then diving forward. Stretch over your legs and then curl the tail forward. You can lift the tail up the wall in front of you in your mind, like you're painting the wall with a tail paintbrush. Bring the arms back and then lift again. Bend your spine to try to work through the abdominal wall and not just the hip flexors. Suck the belly back into the spinal curve, and then we bring it back again. Let the shoulder blades fall behind you. Stretch the arms back, and let's lift once more. And dive forward, roger back here, and back you go. And then we'll circle the arms around for rollover. So we can lift the legs up, soft point through the feet, bring the legs up and over, sort of parallel to the ground. Open the legs, flex, and then work your spine down. Reach out through your heels. Try to feel that stretch in the calves and the hamstrings, the whole back line of your body. Press the legs forward and feel that work of the abs preventing your back from arching. Close the legs, go over again. Push the floor down with your arms and come up and over the hips high in the air. Open the legs 4 inches, flex the feet, and try to lower the thighs closer to your face, closer to your chest. Keep lengthening through the heels. Push the legs forward, draw an arc in the air with your legs, and then close to go over one last time. Up and over like this. Legs are closed for the rollover, then we open, flex, and down we go. We do 3 sets like that, and then we'll do 3 sets with the legs in a different organization. So you close the legs, you open, you have a soft point to go over. And now we close the legs and we flex and bring it down. So lengthen out through your halo, reach forward through your tail. Let the legs draw an arc through the air, take them to your working level, point the feet, draw them apart. Be aware of the legs staying the same distance apart as you go up and over. Balance here on your shoulders, not on your neck. close flex, and bring it on down. Try to fold your body in half here. And then reach it forward, point open, take it up and over one more time. We're going to close flex. And as we go down, think about transitioning into your tray. So as you lower your tail, you'll lift the right leg in the air, bring the left foot forward, foot is flexed. Point the right foot, you take that leg out to your working level. And we come up, lifting the head, bring your left hand across the back of the right thigh. Come up, lift your body up, use your abs and your psoas, sit tall. And then we curl the tail and round the low back. Heel your spine down onto the mat. Lay it down 1 inch, 1 vertebra after the next. When you get all the way down with your head, stretch the arms forward, the shoulders away from the ears, and we lift again. Looking to the inside of your leg. So you're going to come all the way up, try to broaden the collarbones, lift the heart, stretch the leg, and then work your spine down, falling away from that leg without moving it. Try to hold it at the same angle in space. Keep energy pouring out to the center of the sole of each of your feet. And we lift up one more time. Coming upright, now bend the elbows, pull the leg closer to your chest, release the leg away. We're looking for a nice stretch here in the back line of the legs. You may also feel it in the low back in a good way. And then stretch the leg out, hold it in the air, don't drop it. Your psoas holds it up, the arms release, and then you stretch both feet, both arms forward, take your spine down with control, go all the way down. We lift the leg up for the advanced circles. Cross the leg over, spiraling the pelvis off the mat. Keep the shoulder blade down, circle around, out to the side, the leg rotates in the socket. So it's a short inhale and then a long exhale. Reaching across the space. So a beautiful circle. It's really more of an oval, but that's all good. Feel how your right side of your body lifts off the ground, but it stops at the shoulder blade. The shoulder blade stays heavy on the floor. Let's come to the top and reverse. The left side is anchored as the right leg goes to the right, and then we peel off the right side and then let it flow to the mat. Stretching again. Push the air away with the inside line of your leg, and then you reach across the space and across your body. Bring the leg high enough to feel the stretch in the back of your leg. Circle, push the air aside, move through it. And one last one. It's helpful to think of moving through water and not through air, so you feel a little resistance. Now we take that leg up and we scissor switch. The right leg is down, the left leg is up. You flex the right foot, the left one stays pointed. And coming up, look down the midline, pull your body up or back into tree. Come all the way up to sit up tall, collarbones wide, and stretch both legs forward. Work your body down. Come into the mat, 1 vertebra after the next. That is the last thing down. You stretch your arms long at your side, moving the shoulders away from your ears, and then coming up as the head floats up, you're still thinking the blades fall down your back. You still want that nice long neck, no hunching of the shoulders, and then down we go again. Try to really feel that your spine goes down, then the arms follow, instead of your arms going down the leg and then your spine falling backwards. And we lift one last time. Coming on up. Sit up as tall as you can. Try to perch on your sits bones. Now bend the elbows, lift the leg, stretch the leg away from you. You're working your psoas as well as your arms. Your psoas, your main flexor. Lift the leg, release the arms, hold the leg here, stretch out through both feet. Try to hold that leg on the same diagonal. Come all the way down. Lift the leg up and feel the weight of the leg drop into the socket. Circle the leg across. Again, we spiral off the ground in the advanced work, go all the way around and up to the sky. Reach here. The left side is now the fluid, mobile side, and the right side is grounded, and you can picture it like sinking into the floor here the whole time against the movement and weight of your left leg. You should feel a nice twist in your back with that rotation of the hip. Come all the way around to come up to the ceiling and reverse. Inhale away from center, open the inner thigh, circle it across and lift it up again. You'll really feel that the right obliques work to hold the body stable as the left leg moves away from center. Feel that work in your core and then circle around. Let's do one last one here. Sure, inhale and a long, slow exhale. coming up to the ceiling, and then we fold the leg into the chest, and we can roll forward and up for rolling like a ball. Hold onto your shins, pull the waist back, think pelvic tuck and upper curl. Now lift the tail to start your roll with your shoulder blades, and then exhale, come back up to your balance point on your sacrum. Now the arms are wide, where I'm pulling my elbows forward and wide in order to move my shoulder blades away from my spine and sink my rib cage back between them. You want to really think of breathing into your back and making your back as curved as possible so that rolling is easy. You wouldn't want to roll on a board, you want to roll on a wall or a tile. So make your back as much like that as possible. We're coming up and then moving into the ab series. Right leg in, left leg stretches forward. You're pressing down with the hands and up with the shin. Inhale and switch the legs. And exhale, switch again. Hold yourself in that upper ab curl. You're using that line of muscle from your jaw to your tailbone. Knit it together to hold yourself up. We'll do one less set. You can pull the leg in tight as the other one stretches away. Really get some compression in the hip before you expand it. And then both legs in, double leg stretch. So the feet go down, you skate along the mat, you reach the arms back, and then you embrace the legs in. And again, stretch out and hug. You can also just take the legs out at whatever level works for you and then pull the legs right in. Most advanced, the feet slide forward, they scoop up to eye level, and then you draw them into your chest. Reach one more time, whichever version you choose, and pull it in. And now for scissors, right leg up and left leg forward. And we switch the legs. Watching to be sure that the leg doesn't veer off to the side or across your center line. You want to think of each of these legs working in their own plane here, going straight out of the hip socket and then lifting in that same line. Gaze is down. You're aware of the height of the feet, but you don't look up at them directly. Bring your hands behind your head. Legs are glued together, finding a little bit more lift and a little bit more work in your upper abs. And then the legs press forward, double leg, lower lift, and then exhale, drag them up towards the sky. Do that again. If your hamstrings are tight, you'll lift your legs and slowly fold them in a little bit. So you feel the stretch in the belly of the hamstring and that behind the back of the knee or at the sits bone attachment. We try to get the work into the center of the muscle as much as possible. And you also watch how low you take them. Don't go so low that you feel your back is straining to be supported. And we're going to twist to the right. And then to the lift. Come up and rock forward on the tip of your scapula. The armpit to inner knee. Keeping the twist here, the torso stays within the frame of your hips. Welcoming that work in your oblique abdominals, in particular with this exercise. And back to center to lay it on down. It feels nice to stretch out here. So we can stretch the arms back and the legs forward. Just stretch your abdominal wall after all that ab series. And then we can roll up, lifting the arms, the head, the neck, the shoulders coming up, and open the legs for spine stretch. The advanced version, the arms go up by the ears, look up at an imaginary ball held between the palms, and you scoop the ball back to an upper back extension. And then the palms are forward, you look forward, then down, and moves the neck, and then the upper back, the mid back, the low back, you dive forward, lifting your body up and around an imaginary beach ball here underneath your chest. And then imagine that ball rolling up the front of your belly, taking you upright. Rotate the palms back to your upper back extension. And then exhale forward, diving over and down. Curve your body through space. Dive the head forward. Moving with the wave-like action of your breath inside your body. And then your inhale flows you up. Stack your body, you lift your chest high, your upper back extension, and then forward again. Exhale all the way forward and down. And then hold on to your legs, pull your waist back, pull the heels forward if you can, get more stretch into the back line. Shoulders still relaxed, neck is long. And from here, open like balance. So we can slide forward towards our heels or pull our heels into our tail. Arms go inside the legs, you wrap your hands around your ankles, find your balance point, and here the right leg goes up to the sky, and then flex at the nape, pull the heels down and together by your tail, left leg up. Shoulder stays easy, and then pull that down. Let's take both legs up at the same time. They stretch, and then you fold them back. We'll do that once more. Find your balance points here. Rotate your arms a little bit. Bring your hands around to the outside of the ankles or calves. Look at your belly, and now we roll. Lift the tail, roll back to your shoulders. Exhale, come forward and up to that balance point. Try to stick the landing, right? And then we still look down, rolling back, and coming forward and up. It is hard to really keep those knees straight. We try to work through the quads so that you don't fold at the knees as you come back up. And again, rolling here. Dive forward. Use just enough energy to take you back without dropping your head onto the mat. And you want to bring enough energy to come up without dropping your feet to the mat either. Now we close the legs together and reach the arms forward. We roll the spine down. Start with the tail. Roll over your sacrum, down to the hips, the waist, the ribs, the arms lengthen here. Advanced corkscrew. So we jackknife up through center. Pull the hips up in the air. Now we rotate to the right with the hips. And the legs are on a slight tilt too. Go down on the right side of your spine. So there's a line of muscle about 2 inches to the right of the spinal column. Roll down on that line of muscle. When the hips touch, you circle the legs out to the right, forward. Rotate the pelvis, bring the legs over to the left. Coming up and pull them in and then lift them up. They're on a tilt. And at the top, you bring them center. So now tip the hips, tilt the legs, go down on the left side of your spine. Try to push into your arms so your lats help you delay descending. Come down onto the hip bone. And then you circle the legs out to the left, forward, over to the right. Get a little massage across the SI joints. Pull the legs up and then bring them up, untwisting. You come to the top in your jackknife position. We tilt to the right again. And we go down on the right side of the spine. Really work through your arms, through your lats, through your abs. Your whole body has to work to go down without crashing into the mat. Coming around. Use your breath to help you to exhale for the hard part. It's always helpful. Come back to center. And then down we go on the left. This will be the last time. Circling around to the right. Since we went down, since we went up on the right to begin, we go up on the right to end. And then we lift to come up here. And then we go down this midline of your spine. Again, resist gravity. And then you can come up, rolling up to soft. The legs are open, the arms open too. Press the arms down, lift the chest, rotate to the right and dive. You bring your left hand to the outside of the right leg or foot, coming upright, center. Spiral here in the other direction, dive over and stretch. Pull yourself vertical, lift here, come through center and dive again. Reach out long. Pulling up, rotate, spin, and dive in. Leads the way. You stretch your body out on that diagonal line. Pull yourself up, center. We'll do one more set. Really enjoy it. Press down through the opposite glute, the opposite sits bone, digs into the floor here beneath you. Coming up, the arms are still long. You spiral and twist over to the left. The back arm reaches long and behind you, wrist stays straight. Lift here, center, and then the arms lower down. Bring your legs together and we flip over onto the stomach for some extension swan. So, hands by your armpits. Legs would be a little apart, pressing the top of the legs into the ground. Pull back with your elbows, pull forward with your chest, coming up to an upper back extension, and then release them down. Look at the mat, and then pull your gaze forward across the mat, up the wall, towards the ceiling. Pull the elbows together, down and in. You're trying to narrow the back and widen the front of your rib cage. And we're going up one more time to do some rocking. So you can lift, now lift your legs from your glutes, throw them up in the air. One more. And then child's pose for a sec. As long as that's okay for your knees, otherwise you lay on your back, pull your knees into your chest. Really pull the arms forward and then pull the shoulders back so you feel that drag along the underneath part of the arm into the lat. And then let's go forward onto your forearms for single leg kick. Actively push down with the arms, pull forward and up with the chest. You try to drag your belly into more length, and then we kick the right heel in, 1, 2, and down the left, pulse 1, 2, and down and then the right. Alternating the legs here. Try to feel that stretch in your quad and also in your hip muscle, your psoas here. as you do that pulse of the heel into your butt each time. Without collapsing, you want to still lift your chest and expand it. You want to still lift your gaze and look up and slightly forward. We're going to end with a double beat to the left leg. Pelvis stays grounded here. No bouncing hips on the mat. So lay down, left cheek to the mat, turn your gaze to the right. Overlap your hands, let the elbows fall. Take a deep breath in to stretch your body. As you exhale, 3 beats with both legs. You pulse 1, 2, and 3. Press the shins into the ground. Reach back with your arms. Try to lift your chest, look up, and then bring it down to look left. And we pulse again. Once the legs are down, they stay down. You can intertwine your fingers or your thumbs. Try to bring the arms low and down as close as possible to your heels. And then down you go to pulse the air out of your lungs again with that exhalation. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. And 3 beats with your legs again. Once the legs are down, let's stay there and lift up for another child's pose. Round your back, curve it. And then stack your spine coming up. We turn around for neck pull. Okay, the feet are apart and flexed. You'll take your hands behind your head. You pull the neck up, lifting up through your elbows. Lean back in a plank. Look down, you can pull the elbows together. You could even bring the arms forward as you tuck and roll your spine down to the ground. Be sure you go down with control and don't just collapse huge chunks of your spine to the floor. And now we're coming up. Easiest, palm into the hand. Push the hands together, diving over. Take the hands behind your head and pull the neck long. Take a deep bow, but stretch the head away from your tailbone, and then flow up with your back, picking you up bottom to top. And now we lean back again. Curl, roll your spine down. Lay it on out, and you can lift up. For difficult option, hands behind the head, dive forward, curve the belly into the spine, and then float all the way up. And we take it back again. Reach out for your heels. Lean back, tuck when you need to protect your back, and then curve your spine down into the mat. And we're going to lift one more time. Try to really bend through the abs, bend through your spine, and don't just pull from your hip flexors, dive over. Stretch your back here, and then lift to come up, articulating through the spine from the bottom to the top. And last time, take it back in that plank, foot back, curl, round your spine, come down to the ground, and then we slide the feet in for scissors, advanced scissors and bicycle. So from this point, you jackknife up. Lift the legs up to the ceiling. Support the hips with your hands. So the heel of your hands feels the back of the pelvic girdle, one hand to each side. And you can try to really lift up through your feet and up through your tailbone so you're not putting too much pressure into your wrists. The right leg goes forward, out and down. And then you bring it up to the left one, and the left leg goes forward and away. And then you lift it up towards the right. Keep energy up through your feet, up through your gaze. Press down into your arms. And really think of lifting your tail up as well. You guys have developed a lot of strength and awareness in your body by the time you get to this point in your practice. So try to really energize up and lift your feet like your feet and your tail want to reach up into the sky above you. Now we do the bicycle. So the right leg goes forward, out and down. As you pull it in, the left leg goes forward. You're trying to get a feeling of opening the hip and not just like pulling the leg over the face. Oh, right. Well, that would be a bad idea here because of the equipment behind me. But I'm also trying to challenge my ability to stay upright through the center of my body by pushing the legs further away from my shoulders and face as opposed to bringing them over. So that may take a while, and then we're going to reverse the circles, back pedal here. And remember, you're always on your shoulder blades, you're not on your neck. Bring the legs up. We can lift the hips a little higher. Get the heel of the hand under each of the hip bone crests. And the fingers point forward and around towards the front of the body. The left leg goes down, and then the right one does too. Feels like too much extension for my back today. So I'm going to lower down and just press the arms down onto the mat. So let's slide the right leg forward, point the foot, keep the leg up, flex the foot and bring it down, point to lift, flex to lower, point up and flex down, slide the leg under and extend the left, point to lift, flex down, point high, flex long, one more, try to keep the pelvic halves balanced here, send into both feet, lift your hips, square them off if one of them has fallen, and now roll to the inner arms, widen the shoulders behind you, sink the spine down between the blades, come all the way down until the tail is rounded. And then we just do a regular bridge coming up, no kicks for this set. Come all the way up, the knees glide forward, you push down to the top of the shoulders, you lift your heart, you lift your sternum, you push the hips higher using the glutes, and then roll to the inner arms, curve your back down into the mat, slowly, smoothly articulate down, snake your body into the mat beneath your body, and go all the way down to the tailbone, lifting the waist. One more, coming up for your second set of kicks. Once we're up, we push down through the legs. We don't fold. We extend the left leg forward, flex to bring it up, point to take it down, flex to lift, point to lower, flexing up, and point down, slide the leg under, extend the right, flex to kick it, point to reach it down, kick it up high, lift the hip with the lift of your foot, and one more like that, all the way down, slide the leg under, balance out your hips, elevate them a little more in case they've fallen. We always could use the extra glute work, and then roll yourself down, come all the way down into the mat. And we roll forward and up to sitting for spine twist. The legs are forward, feet are flexed. Sit upright and extend the arms out slightly in front of your collarbones. Lift up and rotate to the right. Pulse 1, 2, 3. Lift through center and then twist to the left, pulsing 1, 2, and 3. Back to center here and pulse it out. Bring out your waist. Center and then twist left. Center and again to the right. Center here and left. One last set. Remember, the arms don't move. They're only moved by the movement of your spine. Come back to center, and we'll go ahead and lay down onto your back at this point for jackknife. So you pull the legs in, we lift them up and jackknife up. And then we slowly bring the spine down. Try to keep energy up through your feet, reach for the sky even as you're pulling down with your hips. And then the legs press away. And we lift again, flow through the air, push the ground down with the back of your arms, your triceps working, and down we go. If you go slow enough, you might get a really nice stretch into that low back. And let's lift again. Once more to the ground. Come all the way down. We'll lower the legs and lay onto your side, facing the camera, facing the screen. All right, for the advanced mat, the legs are forward maybe 15 or 20 degrees from the angle of your spine. Both hands support the back of your skull. And you pull that bottom elbow in a little bit to engage, lift up your top leg. Flex the foot, bring it forward, pulse 1, 2. Point the foot, swing it back, pulse 1 and 2. Double beat forward, out through the heel, reach to the toes and pulse back without leaning forward with the chest. One more. The bottom leg presses into the ground. You push the leg away, opening the hip. Come back to center and we rotate the leg. Point to lift it up and flex to pull it down. Drag the legs apart and then squeeze them together. Do one more like this. Tap, reverse, go up. Point the foot, lengthen down. Flex to bring it up, point and stretch it away. One more like so. Développé, pull the knee in. Knee to the shoulder, foot to the sky, flex and pull it down. Drag it in. Knee to armpit, lift the foot, flex and all the way down. One more. Now reverse, straight leg, flex foot, bring it up, point the foot, bend the knee, skin the leg down the bottom leg, end in a flex foot to lift, point bend, exhale all the way forward and down once more. Hips stay stacked to the best of your ability. And now rond de jambe, big circle, inhale forward, lift, up, back, and away. Hold your upper torso steady by really pulling into the arm and into your bottom leg and then lengthening your whole torso. One more. You're going to reach out with your head and reach along with your legs and your tail. Now reverse, take the leg back. Feel the glute work. Rotate the leg forward, around, and down, and do it again. Spin the leg on the socket. So you're not rotating the pelvic half, you're rotating the leg on the joint. And then let's take the top arm forward, the top arm back. Stretch on the diagonal, kick the leg forward to your hand. Fold the knee into your chest. Heel to sit bone, swing the knee back. Release arm and leg on the diagonal, do it again. So we go forward with the leg, fold it in, swing it back, release, let it go. One last one. Back and release. Now to reverse. Up with the arm as you fold the leg. Reach hold of your foot, pull the heel to the sits bone or glute, pull the knee into your chest. Your hand can slide up on the shin for deeper compression. Reach it out long. Sweep the arm and the leg away from each other. Arm rises as you fold the leg back and in, heel to butt. Pull the knee into your chest. Extend the leg out. Try not to really move the leg away from you. Get as much stretch as you can in the back line. Last one. This really opens up the line of your leg and, of course, your hips. We're going to stop at that one and go onto your stomach for grasshopper. Overlap your hands. And we lift the legs from the glutes and we clap. Try to feel the legs lifting off the ground as I skim along the mat. And then we lower the legs, child's pose, on the way to the other side. Curve your spine, round it. Let your head hang low, pull the shoulders down, and then flow the spine up bottom to top. And we turn around for the other side. Okay, so the bottom elbow pulls in a little bit, so you feel that work. Try to figure out where you can be stacked on the sideline of your body. All right, and then reach long with the top leg. Lift it up, flex to pull it forward, double pulse 1 and 2. Point, take it back, and pulse 1 and 2. Flex to go forward, double beat. Point to take it back, double pulse. Let it forward here. Reach it behind you. Come back to center, rotate, point, bring it up, and flex, pull it long and down. Drag the leg up to the ceiling, sweep it down to the heel. One more like this. Stretch it away. Now reverse the foot, flexing up and point, lengthen it down. Flex and you lift, point and you stretch it away. One more. See how high you can kick it and then how far you can stretch it. Développé, pull it in, lift it up, flex and push it out and down. Draw it in now. Extend the leg, flex and push it out and down. One more like that. Lift, push it down. Now reverse. Go up, point the foot, bend the knee. Skate it down the bottom leg, see how far you can take it, and then lift again, point, bend, and exhale. Slide it forward. The plane goes down the runway, lifts in the air. And one last time for rond de jambe, big circle. Inhale forward. Exhale up, around, back, and through center. Keep pressing that bottom leg into the mat. Stretch out of your head in one direction, out of the leg in the other. To elongate the whole body and keep it as stable as possible. Come back to center and reverse. The leg goes back. You open, forward and around. Take it back. Circle here. Pull it through center. And one last one. And we're moving right into the advanced bicycle, arm and leg stretch in opposite directions. Kick the leg forward and try to really get a crease at the hip and don't round your low back when you do that. Pull the knee in tight. Swing the leg back. Release the arm and the leg. So what that means is you have to reach out through your tail and out through your sits bone as you bring the leg forward. Fold it in, pull it back, get the stretch in your quad, release to get the stretch in the hip, and one last time. The leg goes forward, parallel to the ground. You fold it in. The height of the leg doesn't really change no matter where it is in the movement. And now reverse. Lift the arm up, pull the leg back in. You push the knee behind you, more quad stretch. You'll need that. Pull it into your chest. Extend it out. There's the hamstring stretch we're looking for. And then lengthen the arm and the leg. Again, up with the arm, pull the leg behind you, push the knee back. Now pull the knee forward, connect it to your chest, reach out, sweep the arm and leg in opposite directions, and last one. Once you sort of figure out the choreography, this is a really rewarding exercise. And now we'll lay on your back for teasers. All right. So we're going to begin with the legs in the air. So we can pull the knees into the chest, give them a little hug, and then extend them forward and out. Whatever diagonal sort of works for you. Palms are up. You sweep the arms here. You pull yourself up. Some days easier than others. Coming up to your balance point. You can always use your hands to your legs on the way up or down. But try to keep the legs in the air as you roll your spine down. Bring it all the way down. If this is arching your back, you can fold the knees into your chest. As you come up again, lift, find your balance point. Legs stay in the air as you bring your torso down. And we do one more. But luckily, Pilates only believed you did 3 to 5 of each exercises. Now we lower the legs down and then you lift, lower and then lift, lower and lift. And now push the feet away, toes at eye level, rolling your spine to the ground. Sweep the arms back, and we come up again. With the arms, upper up curl, pull the legs up to your full teaser, and then curl the tail, roll the low back down, press the arms and legs in opposite directions. One more time. We're coming up for the advanced hip circles. So we lift to come up, hold the position, bend your knees if you need to, arms right, legs left, circle everything down, around, and then back up to the top. Now reverse, circle around, pull everything up, arms right, legs left, bring them low, and then lift and circle to the top. Last time, moving through this, reach up, curl the tail, push the legs away, bring your body to the ground. Oh, so glad that's done. And now we'll flip over onto your stomach for a little bit of swimming. The arms stretch forward, the legs stretch back. We can pick up one arm in the opposite leg and then lower that down. Do that, alternating sides. And then, of course, for the full swim, arms and legs lift up at the same time and you pulse them up and down. So pick up your chest, pick up your legs from your glutes, stretch it out, lower down, and one more child's pose. We'll stack the spine coming up, and let's move into our mermaid here, our side bend. All right, so the knees are a little bit bent. They're not fully extended. We need to have a little bit of extra space to come up into a curve through the rib cage. So spread the hand and press it into the ground. The other hand is by your calf. Look at that hand, push down your front foot. Your top foot is in front, heel to the base of the toes. And then we lift to come up. Scoop the air with the arm. Dive the head down. Your body should be in a plank to the side, as if your back was against a wall. And then you bend your knees coming down. And let's do it again. So press into the edges of your feet, into your bottom hand. Coming up. Try to lift your hips, lift your ribs, open here. And then bring yourself down again. A lot of work through the shoulder. I'm just going to do 2 today. Let's go to the other side. And again, look at your top hand. You want to really pull that arm into your armpit here, using your lat. And then we're going to press down to come up. Side bend stretch, the head hangs down. Open the top ribs. Feel the support of your bottom leg. Now come down slowly. You don't want to fall to the ground. Again, use that lat connection to bring you down a little bit at a time. And one more like this. Send into the edges of your feet. Coming up, side bend over. And then down we go again. And we flip sides again for twist 1. We're going to just practice this today with both hands to the floor. This is a tight position. The knees are in tight. your top foot, heel to the base of your toes here. And we're just going to begin taking your hands to the mat, look down, lean forward, push into the heel of your hands, and you're coming up. Now the back foot swivels, the top foot stays pretty much where it is, and you end up with your feet at 90 degrees. Straighten the legs, and you lift your waist. Now pick up your heels, pull the knees forward towards your arm, your elbow, and then pivot the legs, come down with your hips, and lower down. So you may want to watch that, again, if you're watching it on YouTube, just to see like how it flows. It's really confusing when everyone is confused when they first learn it. We'll do one more time like that. So your heels again, the top foot, the heel is into the base of the toes of the bottom foot. Press both hands firmly into the ground, lean forward, distribute your weight between the two hands, push down, pick up your hips. The back leg swivels, the front foot stays pretty much where it is. You straighten the legs, the thighs are pulled together. If you're tight in your back line, you may need to elevate your hands on yoga blocks or something similar like that, books, whatever. Pick up your heels. The knees stay together. They bend forward, and then they swivel around towards the screen, and then you lower your hip. Now, if to do this with one hand, same idea, but one arm, right? So you would start with that arm up overhead. And then as you look down, you're going to scoop the arm under your abs, rotate that back leg, get the feet grounded, lift your waist, pick up your heels, the knees stay together, they go forward and around in an arc, so you lower the hip and you end up like so. It takes a while to get that to flow. Just keep working on it and it will come eventually, but almost the most important thing is the position of your feet and how you organize your feet and your legs. So again, we're going to start here on the other side with both hands. Spread the palms open, spread the fingers. Shift your weight here so you have equal weight on your two arms. And then you push into the ground. You lift up, your back leg spirals to rotate the foot so that the feet are now in a perpendicular position here. The heel of my left foot is pressed into the arch of my right foot. Head hangs and you lift your waist. Pick up your heels, pick up your hips. Pull the knees together, they go down, then they go forward and around to lower the hips down. And let's do that one more time. It's helpful to tighten up the position every time you land. Somehow we always slide backwards and open it up. But you want to be as tight as possible so that you have a chance to get your heels grounded. Push down to lift. Of course, this does take some length in the back line of your body, as well as strength into your shoulder girdle. And a fair bit of balance. So it doesn't come easy. That's why it's in the advanced work. Now let's look at your hand. The other hand on the ground is close by your hip. We're going to lift the arm and then circle it under the armpit, push it off the ground, rotate the leg. You want it to be square, like your hips are in line with your rib cage. Your head hangs down. You're scooping the air up with that arm that's off the ground. Pick up your heels, releve. The knees go forward. They rotate around, you lower the hip, you lift the arm, and you bring it out to the side. And it feels lovely. It is lovely when you finally figure it out. It's all part of the process. So I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next week. Everyone take care.